Hello, everybody, and good evening. My name is Joe Locastro, your humble host, and I bring you to a slightly more somber and yet joyful edition of the Ludocast. I am joined, as ever, by my two impeccable and oh-so-handsome hosts, Mike Buckley and Seth Gollivan. How are you, gentlemen, this evening?
There's been better weeks, let's say.
Yeah, for sure. But there's been some reflecting, but it's good to remember the good things.
There is an elephant in the room.
Yeah.
And the elephant is the death of Nintendo's president, Satoru Iwata. And he passed away actually on July 11th. And the news did not break publicly until July 14th. And he passed away at the age of 55. I believe complications from surgery?
Complications from an
illness.
From cancer, actually.
Complications from cancer. Okay. Bile duct, yikes. So, died way too young, and the impact was like a sledgehammer. For anybody who had a nerdy Facebook feed, your feed was dominated for 24 hours by some of the most amazing fan art and tributes of the professional and amateur variety to the man and his incredible legacy. And so here we are on Ludocast doing our part to create a digital marker for the man and talk a little bit about him. But this is going to be a special episode because we're actually putting together a little smorgasbord of the best of Satoru Iwata as played by Seth Gollivan. I feel like I'm the DJ on like a classical music station, right? And up next we have Seth Gollivan. He'll be playing some of the best of Satoru Iwata. Later on this evening, we'll be talking about the wine tasting event happening at the Botanical Gardens and Little Rachmaninoff. Like that's exactly what I feel like.
You're listening to 94.7, the Classic Corner.
Yeah. Poughkeepsie Public Radio. I take my job very seriously.
I love it. Good pull, sir.
Right, yeah. No, but it's I'm glad that we're giggling because we are going to have some fun. And let's have a little reflection. Mike, that was the perfect word. I want to talk a little bit about the man before we get into the games. So I'm going to start off because I know the least about him, and so I'm going to have the least to say. At least that's how I see it, and then I run my mouth. But you guys know me, all right? So honestly, I knew Iwata as the guy from the Directs. Mm-hmm. He was the guy from Nintendo Direct. I was like, oh, he's the president of Nintendo. I knew it was him and Miyamoto, and then there's Sakurai. Like those are the three dudes who I knew that were big Nintendo guys. And I didn't really know about much of Iwata's impact on the game industry, but I knew that he had that he was a kid at heart and that he knew how to have a good time. It was clear. Like him and Reggie, when they do those direct videos and they goof off, they have a great damn time. And right. you could see, and so as the leader of such a important company in the game industry, to see him having so much fun in that role was just inspiring to me as a gamer to want to play his products and support what he did and to get excited when I see him. And so the only two things that I've learned, and I'm just going to drop these two out there, the only two things that I actually learned about Satoru Iwata are that he is the man who saved Earthbound, and he is the man who was able to put one Pokemon game into another Pokemon game. And so I'll elaborate really quickly on that. I'm sure that there's more details. Seth and Mike, you can back me up if there's anything that I drop here. But he essentially, Earthbound was in bad shape, like Mother 2, right? It was Mother 2 at that point.
It's still Mother 2 in Japan.
It's still Mother 2 in Japan, right? The development was not going well. And he stepped in and basically, I believe he really rewrote the game, fixed the dialogue boxes. Maybe not rewrote the game, but he did some drastic work that essentially allowed the game to be released.
Right.
And so when you hear about the legend of Iwata, he's the man who saved Earthbound. And then when they were developing Pokemon Gold, he stepped in and was able to compress the map of the previous Pokemon games and fit them inside of Pokemon Gold and Silver so that it doubled the amount of area the players could explore. And it made them some of the most memorable Pokemon experiences at the time available on Game Boy. And so those are the only two things I know. That's it. That's my experience. I think he sounds like a fun guy, and I'm sorry that he passed away.
Not to mention, at the time, he wasn't even working for Nintendo when he aided the development of Pokemon Gold and Silver.
I had no idea.
So,
well,
that's kind of interesting.
I think the thing people need to remember is that Iwata got his start working at HAL Laboratories. And HAL Labs...
Kirby and Pokemon, yes, right?
Yeah, they did Kirby, they did Super Smash Brothers, they did just a ton of games. Almost all the games he's associated with came out of HAL Labs. When HAL Labs started, it was not owned by Nintendo, but it was purchased like during the NES era. So he didn't work for Nintendo in the sense that he didn't work for Nintendo EAD development, which it wasn't called then, but the core Nintendo development staff. But he did work for a company that was wholly owned by Nintendo.
Gotcha. So he was like at a Neversoft to the Activision.
Yes, correct. That is exactly right.
Okay. That makes sense to me. So now I want your guys' take. Take it away, either of you. There you go.
I'm sort of in the same camp as you, Joe, where I just knew him as the president of Nintendo. But from what I did see, you could tell that he was very passionate about not only his job, but the people who actually played the games and the consumers of Nintendo products. And I pulled a quote that sort of, defines this statement and sums it up really nicely. And this is from Satoru in his keynote speech from GDC at 2005, and he says, "On my business card, I am a corporate president. In my mind, I am a game developer, but in my heart, I am a gamer." And like you said, that's sort of what you saw with the directs, and that's what you saw with the passion that he put in his games. I didn't know about the huge lineage of games that he worked on, like the Kirby games, like the Pokemon games, like the golf tournament game. I just knew him as well as the guy who worked on Earthbound, but realizing that he did so much more. And he was such a customer-facing president, and it really speaks to his authenticity, not only as a president, but as a person, and as someone who ran a business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny, that quote, I've seen it so many times posted by so many people on the old Face book, and
it really sums him up perfectly.
It does, and you know what's funny is it sounds like something that could be hokey if it was said by anybody else.
Right.
It's like he sells it 100%, and that really works for me. Seth, can you want to take us on your Satoru Iwata memory lane?
I think the most interesting thing about Iwata is how he has continued Nintendo's sort of style of putting gameplay first and putting games first and putting fun first. And it's something that he's often attacked Microsoft and Sony for, being basically multimedia companies, and these consoles are just part of their multimedia strategy, whereas he always has said we're a games company. And a lot of what he's done over the years that gamers haven't necessarily appreciated at times is he's made it so the consoles Nintendo makes are game consoles, and until the Wii U they were exclusively game consoles. They could not do anything else.
That's true.
And it's a very different way of running a console business than anyone else who has ever made a console has run it, because he's always been gameplay first. Why am I putting this into the new console if it doesn't have a chance to alter the gameplay of the games I'm making?
And that's so interesting to me because it's been almost 100% successful.
Yes.
And no one else has had the balls to do it.
Well, there's two interesting things. One is that on the one hand, you look at the Wii and the DS line of products, and they have made Nintendo extraordinary amounts of money. I mean,
absolutely, they're money printers.
So when Iwata took over Nintendo, the company was pretty near bankrupt, and now it has something like $500 million in cash on hand, and so it's I mean, to put it clearly, he saved the company. I mean, there would be no Nintendo today if they had continued down the path they were going during the GameCube era.
He is the first person who was not of the original owners of Nintendo family to be a president of the company.
Yes.
And I think it is I'm going to stand by my statement that very few other companies have had the guts to do what he did. When Sony attempted hard to enter the handheld market with a vengeance, like they stepped in for an infight, and they just didn't put two and two together with with who's buying your product, what are they going to do with it, what the hell is a UMD, why are you putting movies on them?
I think Iwata's greatest strength and also his greatest weakness is that he is at his core a game designer and a game programmer and a gamer, and so he understands both as a developer and as a gamer himself what those people are interested in and what will work. Whereas an executive at Sony who has never played a game in his life or has maybe only played a couple of games on his smartphone, he doesn't understand sort of inherently what makes a game fun and what the importance of having fun gameplay is.
Now, 2 points here. First, I hope to God whoever replaces him has a shred of that amount of integrity. But secondly, I want to point out some of the stuff that he's done that people didn't like.
Yes.
And that is pushing things like the Wii Fit series of products, as well as making the decision for Nintendo to enter the mobile market.
Yeah.
That one was far more recent, but his push to develop things like the Wii Fit Balance Board, which ultimately was a peripheral that was extremely limited in its uses and became a GameStop stuffer, it just didn't click with audiences in America.
Well, that's not entirely true. It did not click with gamers. It was a very big seller for Nintendo.
Fair enough. Yes, true. But where is that sort of? Do you think that there's any staying power? I mean, maybe. I guess so. Since you can use it for the Wii U. I mean, it's
there's a Wii U version of Wii Fit. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, there is.
The Wii Fit lady was in Super Smash Brothers. So
in Smash Brothers. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but I feel that. Or what about the Vitality sensor?
Yeah, that was something that never ended up working out.
Aha, so I found something.
Well, here's the thing. As successful as the Wii was for Nintendo financially, a lot of gamers didn't like it.
It's true.
And the reason a lot of gamers didn't like it is because one of Iwata's personal goals when he took over the company was to make it so that the Nintendo consoles could once again be enjoyed by everyone.
Yeah,
he had personally said many times that he felt that controllers had gotten too complicated, and that he wanted to find a way to make it so that both hardcore gamers and people who had never played games before could pick up a Nintendo console and immediately be able to use it.
I mean, really, whether or not people liked it, you can't deny that the Wii made a huge impact.
Yes,
on
absolutely.
The gaming industry as a whole.
People loved it. Are you kidding me? They had lined up for blocks to buy it. It was out of stock for a year. You could not get a Wii in stores. You could not buy a Wii in stores for 1 calendar year.
Yeah.
Like it was incredible.
It was madness.
Those things flew off the shelves. And then the DS Lite is still the #1 selling video game system of all time.
Right.
I think the 3DS is going to catch up. It's incredible how well that he understands hardware, and like the phrase Nintendo tough. They're rated to drop on concrete. They're stronger than any phone you own. Like every piece of Nintendo hardware is built to last, and he knows it's going to be in the hands of people who might drop it, or who might get excited, or who might so and so. And his insight. It was legendary. And when you go and look at all the little things in games, like when the Wii game tells you, like, why not take a break and go outside for a little while?
Yeah.
There are so many Nintendo games that tell you to take a break and stop playing. And I don't think there's an Xbox game that's ever told me, like, hey, why not take a break and go outside? Like,
Right.
not a single one. And it's like, do you really care about me, Xbox? My Nintendo loves me.
Yeah. Yeah, Iwata had this amazing advantage of being such a good designer and such a good programmer that he understood the games his company was making in a way that no other executive in the industry does.
Now, speaking of games that his company was making, I think this is a perfect spot to start our little tour.
Okay.
So, we're going to do this mostly chronologically, but we're going to end it with a little bit of a special. So,
Yes.
we will we'll play the special until we feel like stopping, basically. But we're going to walk through a bunch of Iwata's games, and I didn't write down the order, so I've completely forgotten it.
That is entirely okay. I will.
And so Seth is going to drive for these, and Mike and I are going to sit in the back seat and basically say, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Go right, go left."
This is like our first official quick look as a team.
Yeah, right. Wow, our first official quick look at a game that came out in 1992.
It's exciting.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are seeing this good?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Awesome. Let's get started then.
Here we go. Kirby, Green Greens. Yeah, Kirby. Talk about it.
So Kirby was one of the first games that Iwata ever worked on, and it's interesting. Kirby's unique in a couple ways, but one is that he started out as a handheld character, not as a console character.
I did not know that.
So this game I'm playing right now, which is Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Adventures in Dreamland maybe, Kirby in Dreamland, something like that, is a Game Boy game. Original Game Boy game. This is the first Kirby game ever made.
Wow, trivia time, everybody. I really didn't. I would have gotten that wrong on Jeopardy.
I just assumed that the
NES,
NES,
right?
the NES game was the first one.
Yep, no, this is the first Kirby game, a Game Boy game, and there's some interesting things about this Kirby game. For one, you've noticed that I haven't stolen any enemies' powers.
Because you can't.
Right, that is because you can't. That was not
Oh, wow.
introduced until the NES one.
Oh, it's kind of like how Sonic didn't get his spin dash until Sonic.
Yep. So the only thing I can do right now, I can jump, I can inhale, and that's it. Those are my only two abilities.
And you can
Simple,
shoot
fun.
badass star things out of your mouth.
Right, when I inhale, that's the enemies. I can
I know.
exhale the enemies.
I know what you're shooting. You need to lecture me on what you're coming out of your mouth after you eat an enemy. You turn it into calories. You turn the calories into a star, and you shoot it at the bad guys.
Well, I mean, this really shows the beginning of the simple but fun mentality that Iwata had when he was working on his games. He wanted them to be fun.
It is.
And if that meant 2 buttons and you can only inhale and then throw these stars, then if that was fun, then that's what was going to be the game. It didn't have to be complicated.
And there's something cool that's on top of that, too, in the sense that Kirby was a successful platforming character in the era of Mario. And he was instantly as popular. I think so. I think that his impact was almost instant. People were like, yo, Kirby. Like, Kirby's name was uttered in schoolyards and during recess as soon as he was available.
He is a well-beloved character to this day.
I think the interesting thing about Kirby as a platformer is that the platforming in Kirby is not the challenge. Okay, there's barely any challenge in Kirby. But as you can, what I'm doing right now to make Kirby go forward and fly is hold up and right on the D-pad.
Oh, wow. Oh,
like, this is what I'm doing. Like, I'm holding a button down. Eventually, I'll have to drop. I go in here.
And you're in.
And you can do that through most of the game. This whole game is I think there's only 4 stages, and it can be beaten in like a couple hours.
All right. So
Through.
in the very first Super Mario Brothers, how many actual verbs did Mario and Luigi have besides jump and land on things? And I think that they could pick up shells and kick them.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm trying to think about individual actions. Swim is definitely one, but that's like a side effect of being in water. I'm talking about and they could eat the mushrooms and grow big and small, which is a one-up on Kirby because he can't do squat. But I gotta say that the foundation is definitely there, and there was some kind of magic.
Right. I just think it's interesting that for a platforming game, Kirby can't fall. Like, I can do this indefinitely. Like, I don't ever have to fall, so there's no platforming actually.
Here's a classic enemy, the tree.
So
Right.
it's like you said, bro. The challenge is in dodging stuff, and the challenge is in timing that vacuum and timing the shot. It's not in necessarily landing on the next platform.
Oops.
You know,
I'm
It's-
also going to mention that I'm terrible at Kirby, and I'm
That's-
playing with an Xbox 360 controller for a 2D platformer.
well, we're gonna be playing a bunch of Kirby, so get ready for that.
I know, right?
All right, what's next on the Kirby on the list here?
Okay.
Next on the Kirby, I've been saying that all night.
There's a lot of Kirby.
Yeah, you're gonna get to face full of
Okay,
Kirby,
so
folks.
that is Kirby. On Game Boy, there was also Dreamland 2 and a bunch of Kirby spin-offs, but we are going to
Yes.
just, I think, move on to the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yes.
Famicom
So-
time.
I know it's coming up.
That was the first Nintendo system that I had in my house.
Same here.
NES with the Mario Duck Hunt cart.
Yep.
Yep. Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. And I
Same
had
here.
I had the Sesame Street one, where Big Red would be like, press the red button, C-A-T, cat.
I totally know what you're talking about.
I had that one, dude. It was dope. It was dope. I had the Rocketeer, and it was impossible, and it is still impossible to this day. I cannot
Okay,
play that
Nintendo
game.
Entertainment
I was a
System.
Big
Do we
fan
want
of
to start
Double-
with the highlight or the not as much a highlight?
Hey, you know which one I want you to play.
Call it,
Okay.
Mike.
Let's do that one.
Really?
What-
Okay, I'm going to not start with that one then.
What?
What?
I'm gonna make you wait. I'm gonna
I
play
like
through.
okay. While I applaud Mike for taking the initiative, I also applaud Seth for totally just shutting him down.
Well done.
So
I gotta
let's,
give it to you.
let's go. What is it? You know what's funny? I don't remember what game either of you were talking about.
The
Seth
game.
knows.
Oh,
He knows.
yeah, Lolo. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
so
Talk to us.
Adventures of Lolo. In Japan, it is called Eggerhead, and the series was originally for the MSX computer system, famous in the U.S. for being the original place to play Metal Gear.
Yeah, Metal Gear. I was about to say that's the Metal Gear system.
So Eggerhead is
A terrible name for a game.
yes.
The Adventures of Lolo is a dope name.
Oh my God, this music's so loud. Hold on, everyone. I'm gonna turn the music down.
Oh, that's okay. Mike, did you ever play this game?
I've never. This is the first time I've seen this game. I've never played it.
Oh,
I have only seen it. I remember back when I used to go to my video rental store, you could rent this game, and I never rented it. But I saw it on the rack all
Okay.
the time.
Let's see. Do I have all of my controls set? Hopefully.
Probably a good choice on your part.
God, remember those days when you could come to Blockbuster and rent a game for $3?
Or when you could rent a
So-
system, you had to do a $100 deposit.
So
Yep.
let me explain Adventures of Lolo to you.
Please.
Like, since you have never played it, you said, yeah?
And I haven't either.
Oh, okay. Well, so
I've
the
only
goal
seen
of
people
the
play it.
level is to get this chest here.
Roger that.
To open the chest, you have to collect all the little heart squares.
Okay, cool.
When you start the level, you have no power whatsoever. All you can do is move. When you collect a certain number of heart squares, that I don't know if there's a specific number, if it's just they decide each level, you can shoot this little egg, and then you can throw it like that.
Neat.
Killer.
And then you pick up the gem, the door opens, and oh my god, out the door. And the Xbox controller is so great for 2D platformers.
Why didn't you set up the D-pad? Are you using the analog stick?
Do you think the D-pad's going to be better?
Yes, I do. It's
Little
only a
bit.
4-directional D-pad. You're playing retro classics.
There's no dead zone on a D-pad, right?
Roger that.
Okay, listen, I'll tell you the reason I'm not using a D-pad is because the Xbox 360 D-pad sucks.
Okay, I know you got to be prejudiced against it, but I think for retro gaming, like this kind of stuff, it really is going to be your best friend. But
Okay, I will when we get back to a game that actually requires...
no, totally. Mike and I can bullshit for hours, so just take your time.
Yeah, man. This is fun, dude.
All right,
Okay,
so
so-
talk to me more about Lolo here. This game. Okay, so now you got to shoot the ball.
So, here, the interesting thing is that I can screw this up to an extent that I could not continue this level.
Oh, okay. Then do you have to sacrifice Lolo?
Yes, then you have to sacrifice a life and start over.
Okay.
And I might actually die if I did not time this correctly anyway.
And you can kick the ball after you hit something?
Yes. Well,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can't the
you're a
ball
dead
hit
man.
something?
That thing's coming for you. Oh, it looks hungry.
And there you go. And that's how you can mess it up.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So now Lolo has to...
So he will not wake up. As to my knowledge, I've never seen him wake up. He might eventually, but point is, I have no bullets left. I can't make him move, so I hit select. And
oh, wow. And Lolo has an aneurysm.
And then Lolo dies.
And drops dead right there. Oh my god. This game is crap.
That's crazy.
It reminds me, okay, that's not fair. I love in Battle Block Theater when I can make my dude's head explode.
Okay. So what I want to do is, in a situation like that.
Oh my god, this game is awful. I will never play it.
Yeah, I should also mention that this game is not fun in any way whatsoever. And the fact that they made like 5 of these boggles my mind.
I remember that. I remember there being a ton of sequels too. For some reason, there were some people that were like, "Yeah, I love the Adventures of Lolo. It's one of my favorite games." Like that's what these people sounded like. The people that have told me that they love this game.
Yeah, when they were 5 and didn't know any better.
No, they were playing it like in my school's computer lab and stuff.
Oh, that's
This game's amazing.
okay.
I'm also going to say that I specifically played a fair amount of this earlier today, so I would actually be able to complete any of these puzzles.
Dedication. I was like, how is he just fucking straight up proing all of these things? He's pushing these blocks like he knows exactly where they're supposed to effing go.
I do know. Oh crap! I don't remember. What am I supposed to do now? Oh no! Oh wait. Okay. Let's hope I do this right. Okay, and then throw. Boom. Boom.
Oh my god! You're not kidding. That's insanity.
And
wow,
that
dude.
took me about half an hour. So.
And we're done. You have all of 2 minutes. I love it. I love it.
Okay,
Man.
I do not remember if I've ever actually beaten this level, so this may be the end of our journey.
I love it. No,
give it one shot, and then
that's fine. Yeah. My.
So these guys will chase you when they see you, and
oh my god. And that's it. And that's it. And you have to kill yourself.
when we get a game over, then.
Okay, yeah, that works for me. You got 3 Lolos left here. Oh, should I mention? Don't forget to mention, Lolo's doing this for a lady.
Yes, this is a save the princess from the castle game.
That's a noble cause.
Yeah. There's a little pink ball whose name I think is Lola.
With this?
Something
Okay,
like
got
that.
it. I
go
actually
get
do
it.
this.
You got it.
No, beep, beep. We need to put in the air horn sound effect there on the video. And Lolo
There you
looks
go.
thrilled. He just flipped you off.
Well done.
I've cleared floor 1.
Okay, this is not the end of the battle. It warns you. How many floors are there? Like 500?
This is as far as I've ever gotten.
Oh my goodness. We're seeing a Lolo first here. Oh.
That guy. So
And Lolo's down for the count.
I actually do know how to get past this stage. I'm just really bad at it, and it's virtually impossible without the accuracy of an NES D-pad. Because basically, when that guy rolls, at some point you're going to see him start rolling. He can't turn then, so you can box him in with those green cubes.
BJVM.
The old password system.
Yep. So that's Adventures of Lolo. Of all of the games we are going to play today, that is the one I would recommend the least.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have picked it. But it is off the beaten path, and he did work on it.
Yeah, so I guess the reason I wanted to do Adventures of Lolo is, 1, because not that many people have heard of it, and 2, it's outside of Kirby the series that he worked most closely on. So,
and it's terrible.
Yeah, it is absolutely terrible.
That's unfortunate.
But you know,
Right.
historically, I guess it is somewhat interesting.
Yeah, no, it is. Maybe there's people out there who actually like it. I'm sure.
You know, there have to be people who like it. You don't make like 5 or 6 games in a series without anyone liking it. So, and it also could be one of those things that it just doesn't hold up especially well.
Right.
So, let's move on to one of the greatest games ever made.
This is what I'm talking about.
Greatest
Balloon
game
Fight
ever.
for the
Red One
NES.
Liquor.
This is one
Greatest game ever made.
I've played this game a couple of times, boys. And I don't know. It's fun, but is it really that good?
It's super
Yes,
fun.
it is really that good.
Fair enough. It is like one of the very first battle arena style games.
Yeah,
that
so-
was really
It's
great.
nostalgia for us, you know. all nostalgia.
I never played it until high school.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Hold on for a minute, guys. Let me
It's basically the
turn
first
the
Smash
sound down
Brothers.
again.
Look at it.
Yeah, totally.
That is a Smash Brothers stage.
I feel like don't they have a assist trophy for Balloon Fight in the new Smash Brothers game? I feel like they do.
They had a whole stage for Balloon Fight in the previous game. Yeah.
I knew it was in one of them. I just couldn't remember which.
So probably worth mentioning for those who aren't familiar with Balloon Fight that normally there'd be 2 people playing this. I just don't have anyone else to play Balloon Fight with me. So I'm playing alone, but normally there's a second player who you play against.
I'll take a trip up to visit Seth. We'll play some Balloon Fight.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is totally a crazy flap your arms, try to knock their balloon down, and then land on their head.
Right.
Game.
Again, super simple but really fun.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Straightforward. It's one button. Right.
I believe B lets you so if I hold down what is the A button on the Xbox 360 controller, I don't remember what button I mapped it to, he will fly indefinitely, whereas if I press B, he does a single flap.
Oh, I see.
So you can actually get a bit more finesse if you mix the use of A and B.
I see. Yeah, it's very interesting. Oh man, crazy combo.
Nice combo.
Thanks.
Wombo combo. 1,000.
You guys can tell me whenever you want me to stop playing Balloon Fight, because I'm pretty sure I could play Balloon Fight for the rest of the night.
You're flying through these levels, man. You know what you're doing.
Right after the sweet stage where you take all the balloons that people have let go at county fairs and stuff. That's what you're doing here. These are all the balloons that have ever been let go. That's what I'm assuming. Because who's filling these balloons with helium and just sending them your way?
Mario.
Mario.
Actually, I think this game came out before Mario, so...
84, I think. Yeah, it was the year before, I think.
Yep.
Well, it was the year before Super Mario Brothers.
That is true. It could have been the same year as Mario in the arcades, as Mario Brothers.
Yes.
You win. Okay, next game.
Okay.
job.
Yeah, I think that these stages, they look different over time, but they're very similar. So.
You know
There
what?
you go.
Though, with 2 people and 2 cans of RC Cola and a Rush mixtape, you could have a night.
Yes.
You
That
know?
sounds like a fantastic Saturday night.
You've got a
Yeah.
night, man. That's the kind of stuff that marathon friendship gaming is built on. Is
Yeah.
a good co-op experience that you just grind it out. It's like, who cares if the next level looks the same as the last one? Like, here we go.
Yeah, it's a super fun game. One of my personal favorite SNES games.
Well, all right.
Or NES games. I was saying SNES because I'm preparing the SNES right now.
I never
Actually,
owned one.
You know what? I said I do want. You know what? I'm going to quickly show this.
Oh, you go, girl.
I'm going to quickly show Kirby's Adventure off.
Okay.
And then we can move on to the SNES because. So the reason I want to show this to everyone. So, one super cool thing I think about being able to go through all these games all these years later is seeing how the series evolved over time.
Oh, this is the Kirby that I actually played on the NES.
Yeah, this is the one I have and that I rebought on the Wii.
I remember thinking this game looks incredible for an NES game.
Right,
Wasn't
so
it
look at
one
that
of the
date.
last ones?
Look at that date.
93, that's almost, oh my goodness.
That is after the release of the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
4 years, 5 years after the release of the Genesis.
Wow.
So
On the NES.
yeah, so this is this was one of the last, if not the last, NES game Nintendo put out.
I am glad that you showed this game. I totally forgot that it was called Kirby's Adventure for a second. But yeah, this was the Kirby game that I remember the most on the NES.
Yeah, so
aside
this
from the other, aside from the Game Boy game, which was not in the NES. But
Right. Well, this was the only Kirby game on NES.
there you go. There you go. So
Um,
insane. I thought this was the first Kirby game.
Nope. This was the third, not counting spin-offs.
Gotcha.
And obviously, with this Kirby, you get the power to
So this was this the first Kirby where you could do that?
I believe the Dreamland 2 lets you do that. I don't remember if Dreamland 2 was before or after this.
Real quick,
Alright.
Seth, what's your favorite power?
Oh, good question. Great.
That is a good question. I don't know.
Google.
Mine is
Kirby
mine is the wheel where you can spin and you just like Sonic fly through the
Oh my
level.
god.
That's
Wheel
my
is
favorite.
pretty good.
I'm doing terrible at this game.
And then there was one where you could have like a sword.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know, I feel like the sword is the default one that people really love, and I do really love the sword.
My favorite is Mike, where you get the microphone
Yes.
and you only get 3 charges of it, and you scream into it, and it kills all the enemies on screen.
So good.
And then my second, I have 2. I have a close tie for second, and the tie is between Suplex.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And what's Knuckle Joe's power? His like fist's power, like punching or something.
Oh, isn't it like an E Honda type?
Yeah, like
I'm just gonna
barrage
keep punching
fist.
forever. Yeah.
That's what I needed.
Yeah. So yeah, maximum tomato. But yeah, my absolute favorite was Mike, but then second favorite is Suplex, because Suplex just looks amazing. If you go through a whole level.
In this
Suplex.
one, even?
Suplex is not in this. I'm pretty sure it's in,
Yeah.
in Kirby Superstar. That's where I see it.
I don't remember which button A is mapped to.
Oh, so these were really hard for me for some reason.
Oh no,
I could never
dominated.
get
It's
it
even
down.
harder when you don't remember which button is the button that the game thinks is A.
I kicked those things asses. I always got them.
I was good at this. This is what I
top
was
and
good
center
at.
stuff. Oh, that's so funny. I was the worst at this.
Let's see how I do. That was
Perfect.
pretty good.
Dude, right, it's spot on, dude. It's all you.
I like it.
Oh. You got it.
There it is.
Boom.
That's all you. The big Kirby.
These mini games were awesome.
Let's just, no.
That one may not be it.
No, it's not. No, dude, you're done. It's falling right out. No.
Boom.
What?
Oh.
What?
Didn't have to go far.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Didn't have to go far. That was the saving grace. That was the saving grace.
Wow,
All
I
right.
have 8 lives, so I could keep playing this for quite a while
Yeah.
because I now have 8 lives, but let's
Yeah,
move
man.
on.
Brilliant.
And then these
I
are-
like that.
These are all stages, and then once you
Right.
beat like 6 of these, you just go into another world with
You do the
5 or
boss
6
first.
more. Right, you do the boss, and then there's World 2 with 5 or 6 more levels, and it was a pretty lengthy game, I think.
Yeah.
From what I
think so,
remember.
too, yeah.
That was quite good. No, it was the first experience I had really going back. Well, maybe not the first, but when I looked back and I was like, this is the first Kirby game, I had a damn good time playing it.
Yeah, so
And,
I think it was.
all those little design changes and the updates were good ones.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, I don't enjoy that one as much as the Super Nintendo ones.
I agree with you.
Agreed. I like this.
Just thinking
I like
about improving the
Superstar.
Foundation. Superstar is my favorite, absolutely.
Man,
Superstar goes out, like, it's all over the place, and I love it.
Yeah, it just what it did was it took everything from the previous games and they added a bunch of stuff and they took mini games to a whole new level and they took what they learned from Kirby and put it in Superstar and it was sort of like the ultimate experience.
And it's so interesting too that it wasn't like a long form narrative either. It was a couple of different narratives. A bunch of different stories. Some were longer, some were shorter, some were more, but the 2 main ones were so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. The Dynabird and the Meta Knight. They're so good. So we're going on the SNES now, right? I never owned an SNES. Did
Really?
no, I
Yeah.
never did. I actually never did either.
How about that? Huh?
I owned a SNES, but it was a bit later. It wasn't
Oh.
right when it came out. I remember my uncle had one right when it came out, and I would go over his house. I would beg to go over his
What?
house constantly to play Super Metroid,
Nice.
even though I didn't know what I was doing. It was mainly me just watching him play Super Metroid.
Oh, fair enough.
And once I got my hands on a Super Nintendo, I think that's probably the system that I have the most reverence for. I spent the most time with as a kid.
See, for me, that's the PS2.
Well, yeah, I was a bit older when the PS2 came out.
Yeah, as a kid, I spent the most time maybe with the computer, to be honest, with the
Yep,
PC.
Yeah, so when I was a very young kid, my mother was very against getting me a actual dedicated console. So,
I had a lot of handhelds, but I had a PC.
right,
And that was
exactly.
most
That's
important.
exactly where I was.
Yeah, yeah. Similar experiences there. So
And I was the opposite.
Oh wow.
I had consoles, but not a PC.
Where is the SNES on this list of things?
Oh,
maybe it's under Super.
In S with Super.
Super, found it.
Very
Wait,
good.
is that it?
Hmm.
Okay, gotcha. We got it. We're not playing Super Mario World today.
What a wonderful game it is, though.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Kirby Superstar, and then we will go to my favorite Kirby game, Dreamland 3.
Very good.
Okay.
Cool. Lots of Kirby. I'm digging it.
He was had his involvement in each one.
Yeah. Well, he was heavily involved in all of them up to the N64. So Kirby 64 was the last one he was heavily involved in.
Satoru Iwata.
Let me switch this to display to apply. Okay. We should be ready to go. I may have to actually
looking forward to it.
One.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough.
Because,
oh my god. Oh,
Look at those graphics.
I love it.
So this is the reason I wanted to play the Game Boy ones and the NES one, despite them not holding up nearly as well. It's just that they make this one and especially the next one all the more impressive when you get to compare them to the earlier ones. There's a lot of people that think 2D, okay, like if you were born in a more recent era, start. Oh, okay. There we go. Gotcha. Okay, so as you guys were saying, this game is actually like a collection of 6 different games or so?
7, and then 2 mini games.
Right. So I believe this one is the core normal Kirby adventure game.
Yeah, it's the shortest and most sort of focused Kirby experience. And then it starts to really blur the lines when you get to Revenge of Meta Knight.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Is this your first time playing?
Let's assume
say
it is.
no. Shall we explain copy? No.
No.
No, that's fine. I know. I did hit no.
I think it just decided to show you anyways. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever, kid.
We're just gonna assume you pressed the wrong button.
Anyways, I absolutely adore the system where you can turn the power into a little minion and then get a different power. Oh my goodness.
But do you guys remember seeing Kirby on the NES and then the first time you saw this and how blown away you were by what you were looking at? It was unlike anything you could ever imagine Kirby being at the time.
Well, they just you can clearly look at it and they just dialed up the fun. And whenever he's transforming, it says "Let's go." When he gets hit, it says "Ouch." There's
this game has so many more controls to it.
No good. It's overflowing with personality.
Yeah.
And they took the charm of Kirby and they were able to find that dial and just crank it up really, really perfectly. And they didn't add anything to make it too chintzy. They didn't make it annoying in any way. And all the gameplay first they made the gameplay decisions. But then when they updated the aesthetic, they just hit the nail on the head.
God. Can I make? Do you guys know if there's control to make this guy go back into my body?
Yes, there is. You have to hit him with the thing that goes left and right. Yeah, that. And then you take that power.
Beautiful. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, there's that blue ball thing he can shoot out left, and right. And if they get hit by that, they get turned back into a power, which is kind of nice. Yeah, the helper system is great. I love that another player can plug in the controller and be the helper.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I remember so many parties during high school where we would sit and play this game.
You will die. Okay.
It's just perfect. And co-op experiences on the consoles at the time, like, this is such a good one.
Yeah. I actually played more of this on the DS.
Really? I never played it on the DS. I played more of it on emulation and friends' SNESs.
Was anything different, or was it like a direct port?
I believe there was an extra mode or two.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, it was slightly different.
Well, I was trying to think of a point I just had about Kirby here, and I lost my train of thought. I'm just watching you play.
Yeah, I love the look of Kirby. It's interesting though that if you think about it, this level is almost identical to the first level of Kirby's Adventure.
I think that is 100% the point. Is to make players feel like, hey, we didn't change what you love. You know, Kirby. Here's what Kirby is still focused on.
What? I have to. This button. There we go. Okay, great.
Kirby is not focused on the platforming. We didn't change the gameplay. We just added to it. That's all this is saying here.
Yeah.
And it's saying it very well.
Your helper's tearing it up.
Yeah. And
your
then,
helper
and
just
then
did all your work for you.
I know.
And you get that little dance. Also, his animation is so great.
Oh, and that little chime when you beat the level. Yep.
It's such a good one.
So
The music, the gags, everything kind of adds up. Stuff like this is just charming, and anybody who doesn't like this game is a fascist.
Wrong button.
There's your fighter power, Joe.
Okay, so maybe not a fascist, but
Communists?
Communist. Yes, anybody who doesn't like this game is a communist.
Okay.
I feel like Kirby would be a communist.
You're right. Kirby would want everybody to have an equal share, no matter what.
Yeah.
He's got a red bandana on, so clearly.
Yeah.
He's inspired by the gorillas. Okay.
Yes.
So everyone
John
who
Rambo.
likes Kirby is a communist, is what you're trying to say.
Yes, it is the red bandana that symbolizes Kirby's Marxist leanings, socialist leanings. Oh, you've been turned into an ice cube.
I could have if I had not had my helper kill him before I got a chance.
I haven't seen this game in years, guys. This is awesome.
I love this. I love the knuckle power though. It's so great.
I need to. This has got to be on the virtual console, right?
It is.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go buy this tomorrow.
Wow.
It's a brilliant. Wow.
That was way easier than I remember it being.
That was great.
You uppercutted the shit out of him, dude. You you haymakered him right in the temple with the superpower and the knuckle power at the same time. He didn't know what the hell hit him. Fighter, that's what it's called. Yeah, look at that. His fist is on freaking fire.
Yeah, I don't know why I would choose a different power.
Exactly.
Oh, no,
oh my god. Kill it with Fighter.
That's
Lolo and his girlfriend.
Wow. See, because I never played that game, I had no idea that was him.
What a reference, right?
That's awesome.
It's actually a pretty legitimately cool reference. But only people who have ever played Lolo will be like, oh, that's Lolo. Hell, awesome.
And they'll have more of an appreciation for it because they can kill Lolo.
Yeah. I will break your block. Oh, give me those green ice cubes.
Boom. Another level of Kirby beaten.
Yes, do the dance. All right, Seth, that was a good one.
Okay, I think we got to move on, or we might keep playing Kirby forever.
You are right. Bubbly clouds. Oh, he sneezed. It's cute.
Okay, so
we didn't talk about some of the other things that was in that. There was other types.
Oh, you're right.
There was a race against King DDD, which was cool. What else was there? Like a minecart thing.
The quick draw game.
Yes, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, the quick draw game is dope. I also really liked the minecart game was interesting because it's a timed dungeon dive. And you go in and you go into a fixed. I think it's a fixed
guys,
random.
We'll go back in and play.
We don't have to go. Okay, let's see what's available. Might as well.
No, we're going back in. We're gonna play some minecarting.
I'm not gonna force you, but
Mike, you had to say something. If it's unlocked, let's see.
You could show up one.
Look, there it is. Yep.
Okay, which one do we?
Samurai Kirby first.
Is this the one you were talking about? That's the minecart one.
I hate that one. I would rather see Dynablade or Samurai Kirby.
Which one? Is Samurai Kirby locked, or is this one?
No, it's right behind Megaton Punch.
Also, Megaton Punch is pretty decent, but Dynablade is a lot like Spring Breeze, so...
Okay.
My
Not
favorite
too
was
much
the
different
race.
there. My favorite was Revenge of Meta Knight.
Well, that one is definitely locked.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've actually got, I think you've got to beat Spring Breeze to unlock it.
One player. Beginner.
This was brilliant.
Oh god, I really hope they tell me how to play before this starts.
You just push the button.
Which button?
All of them now.
There was a tie.
Yeah, as soon as something happens, I don't know what.
Which one of these is... I...
Wow, you getting smacked.
Yikes.
Okay. Well,
Wow,
and there was
dude.
the great other
What a
game.
riveting game. Yeah, right. Howdy.
Anyways,
Where are we going from here?
you said we were moving on, Seth?
Yes, let's... We're going to go now to my favorite Kirby game. This game is so awesome, and very few people played it. You'll know if they have the copyright date on the front why that is.
2000.
It's like sadly close to that, I think.
That's my guess. It
Okay,
looks like.
1997.
My God. That was.
So again, this is after the release of the N64. This may have actually been after the release of the
the
Kirby
PlayStation.
4.
Kirby 64. Wow.
But this game is so awesome.
My brother and I played the crap out of this game.
I have never seen this game ever.
Oh, I've actually played this game on the computer before because
I see. Yeah.
I love this game.
Okay.
Like, again, it's just like from Kirby.
I really hope how amazing this looks comes across.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. It actually does come across pretty well. The animation is a little stuttery, but it's pretty looking. It's gorgeous. Oh wait, maybe I've seen. Whoa.
It looks so awesome. So you have your little friend.
What the hell is that?
He's your co-op partner in this one, like you have a co-op partner in the other one.
Nice. He has hilarious eyes. That's what's making me laugh. He's so great.
It's got a cool watercolor style to it. Which
Yeah, I love the art of this game.
So this is where you know what's funny is that nowadays Kirby's art style is totally dominated by texture, and now I can see where that's coming from.
Yeah.
You know, they rely heavily on texture in Kirby's art style in order to
So here's the big news
aesthetic.
this one. They introduced for the first time writable little buddies.
Oh my God!
Rideable hamster.
You could ride Hamtaro.
This was the first game with Hamtaro.
Is that actually Hamtaro?
Yeah, this is the game that introduced Hamtaro.
I don't know what a Hamtaro is. I just know it looks like a hamster.
Hamtaro's a character. It's a Nintendo character. He's this guy. You are looking at Hamtaro.
Okay.
I had no idea. Oh my God.
Hamtaro has his own games.
Yeah, I knew that. I used to sell Hamtaro games at GameStop. Kids were like, "See Hamtaro?" Oh yeah, no, but
Hamtaro.
it's a show. That's what I remember the movie.
In between all the
I just entirely messed this up. I have to get off Hamtaro now. Sorry, Hamtaro.
Oh. Goodbye, Hamtaro.
So yeah, there's like 20 of those guys or something. And they all like do different things to you.
Winston, you would have gotten his cutter power.
Yeah, you're right. That was a really bad choice of mine.
Yeah, you shouldn't have shot him. Seth, where's your Kirby sense?
Sorry.
I'm excited making bad decisions.
So one of the actually reasons I didn't do that is this game I think was the first Kirby game that introduced blocks that could only be destroyed if you had a specific power up.
Ooh, yes, I haven't seen that in a Kirby game ever.
classic carousel.
Yeah, it's been in all Kirby games since, I'm pretty sure.
Cool. Well, then again, I haven't played many Kirby's in Superstar, to be honest. But like, I played I forgot the very first DS one where you draw.
Yes, I know the one you're talking about.
I played that one, the very first one.
I played at least one of the Game Boy ones.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely played both of the DS ones.
So both of you guys or all of us, I should say, having such reverence for these old Kirby games. Have any of you played any of the new Kirby games out for like the Wii U, and what do you think of those?
I've played Epic Yarn.
I played Epic Yarn as well.
Epic Yarn is great.
It's wonderful.
Awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
The last DS Kirby game was called Mass Attack.
I heard that one was pretty good.
That one's all about like flinging Kirbys around. You have like 20 Kirbys and you like fling them around. It's really cool.
Right.
Cool.
The Wii U Kirby. I did not play that new Wii U Kirby.
Me either, but I haven't heard anything bad about it yet.
Yeah, well, I've heard that the problem with it is that you have to look at the touchscreen the whole time on the controllers, so you don't get to appreciate the cool visual style they made on a big screen because, you're drawing.
I mean, it's a pretty stark. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a pretty stark contrast from how you would typically play a Kirby game.
Right.
Totally, and that risk taking is important to stay fresh.
So yeah, I've played almost like outside of that one, and I didn't play the 3DS one because I don't have a 3DS. But other than that, I've played pretty much all the Kirby games. I've never played Kirby 64, which will change in about 1 or 2 minutes. So
yeah, I'm saying you're doing a decent job here with this, though. Wow.
So my brother is a huge Kirby mark, and I remember I think we got that Kirby game on day one, Kirby 64.
Yeah.
And we haven't stopped playing it since it came out. We still have a 64 at the ready with Kirby 64.
Unbelievable. I have a bunch of 64 games laying around. I don't think I have a 64 Insight.
So, oh my god.
Whoa.
That was totally not the right button to press. So basically, depending on how far you jump, you get the power up. So, okay, so that's
good times.
And there's also collectibles. I know, and I think I don't remember. Depending on which ally you have when you beat the game, you'll see above this one there's the star heart thing.
Yeah.
And you get that if you have the right ally when you beat the game level.
Gotcha.
So, that is Kirby's Dream Land 3. I love that game. I think it's so gorgeous looking. People always talk about Yoshi's Island as having a really great late SNES art style, and I think that game outdoes it personally. But that's just me.
Okay. What do you got next for us?
Okay. We are going to do Kirby 64 if I can find if my Nintendo 64 emulator works.
We'll see.
I do not know if the N64 emulator is working on this version yet.
If not, we can switch to the Big Finish.
Yeah. If not, well, no, we got one. Nope. Oh. All not fatal error.
Oh no.
Womp womp.
Okay, let me try one other thing, and then we have one thing before the Big Finish. Actually, we still have the Game Boy Advance game.
You're right. Yes.
Good call.
The handheld wonder, the Game Boy Advance. So many versions.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I had the was it called the SP? Game Boy Advance SP? That's the one I had.
With the flip top and the front light?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am still never going to have played Kirby 64. Sad story.
That sucks. Okay, well then, moving on. Game Boy Advance.
Okay, we
have one game on this, right?
Yes.
Lay it on me.
So Iwata produced most of the Wario and WarioWare titles.
Yeah, he was a guest star in WarioWare.
Oh my god, did I not set this up right? 1 second. I may have not set this up right.
Oh, well, technical difficulties. Please stand by. We'll edit this out in post.
Yeah.
So I have basically a UI for MESS that makes it easier to select things, but you have to put a bunch of files in multiple places and stuff, and I do not think I remembered to do that, so I will have to use command line.
Oh yeah, so it's a GUI shell.
Yes, it is a GUI shell.
Very good.
So you can kind of see through the lineage of the Kirby games, the little changes and the small risks that Iwata took when making the games, and ultimately it led to each successor feeling fresh and fans ate it up.
It also resulted in a segmentation of the series that would go in many different directions. Kirby never became a numbered series outside of the Dreamland games.
Right.
He's stopped numbers altogether. So now he can do whatever he wants. He's not
Right.
limited to like, you gotta make the next Kirby game like the last one. You know, if to make a game called Super Mario Brothers, you better jump on Goombas.
Right.
That's one of their only limitations there. So I'm glad that Kirby doesn't have that limitation as well, and it has a much broader reaching effect.
Yeah, each game sort of has its own distinct feel and look to it.
And no reason to explain itself either.
Right.
It's like, nope, Kirby's just doing this now. He's almost like reached Sonic's level of being able to just have a weird gaming experience and just explain itself away. Like, yep, it's just me, Sonic, just doing something different. I'm a pinball now. Dr. Robotnik has a mean beam machine. You know?
Yes.
It looks disturbingly like a Puyo Pop machine.
So I never understood the difference between Dr. Robotnik and Dr. Eggman.
There isn't one.
There isn't? It's the same person?
It's the Japanese name and the American name.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Changed to Robotnik for the U.S. releases, and it was eventually changed back during Sonic Adventure.
Yes.
Okay.
Eggman, he called him.
Right.
I always remembered him being Robotnik.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a translation blunder.
Dr. Ivo Robotnik.
Hey,
It's similar to example, the I didn't even set up controls for this one.
You going to talk about the Street Fighter name changes?
No, I was actually going to talk about Princess Peach.
Oh, yeah. Go for it.
So Princess Peach, obviously, if you played the old, one second.
You're going to talk about Pauline, I think it is?
No, Toadstool is what they called her in the American Super Mario Brothers games on NES.
Oh, Princess Toadstool.
And
Yeah, it wasn't until much later when they called her Peach, right?
right, she was always called Peach in Japan.
Oh, over here.
Right.
It wasn't until later. I
Right,
believe.
and so it wasn't until Mario 64, I think, that they started calling her Peach here.
And they actually said her name out loud for the first time.
Right.
Peach. You know what's funny? In that intro to Mario 64, when she said Peach, I thought she was telling him what kind of pie she had made him. For the longest time.
I could see how. No, I could totally see how you could, mistake that.
I made you a pie. Peach. You know?
How about this button? Gotcha. Oh, I need to set up... We're not going to be able to finish this because I didn't set up all of the various different controller things for this.
That's cool. Just a taste.
Hey, Wario!
Wario's one of my favorite characters. I don't know why.
I want to go. Because he's enduring. It's not really even that he's endearing, because he farts and he's hideous and he's constantly consumed by greed. But at the same time, he never stops moving forwards. And that kind of like anti-Mario attitude that he's got, like I'm in it for the gold coins. Like there's gold coins everywhere, and Mario just leaves them around. He's in it for the gold coins, and he makes it clear. And that makes him fun to watch.
He's got motivation.
And the fact that now Seth,
I just totally messed
in this
up.
game, is he indestructible?
Is he indestructible?
Yes, because in the early Wario worlds, I thought he was indestructible, and that was one of the whole points of the game.
Hold on. I have messed
Unlike
up.
Mario.
It looks like he's got some hearts up there.
Yeah, unlike Mario, he has like a health bar.
In theory, pressing up should make this go up. Okay. See? This is what happens when you try to get a Xbox 360 D-pad
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
gotta bring it back.
to go in the direction you're trying to tell it to go.
Yeah, whatever.
Beautiful. Okay. Oh, there's also L1 and R1 in this.
You're right, Joe. Wario is now skipping rope. He has continued to keep moving.
Okay.
He never stops, right? He's like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Never stops.
Beautiful. Okay. I believe Wario can get hurt in this. I've not ever played too much of this game, so I'm not 100% certain.
Huh. Well, yeah, it's that
I don't
he's
know if I've ever played this.
even though he's like evil Mario, he doesn't really seem all that evil as much as he does just seem greedy and
Right.
like a big greedy bully.
Right.
And in the American versions of the the TV shows and stuff and whatever have you, whenever Wario is represented, he's always represented as being just dastardly, always just dastardly. But with the WarioWare games, he's softened a lot. His image has softened a lot.
He's no Waluigi, but
that's true. That's
really no one is.
It's so funny though that Waluigi just didn't quite catch on as much as Luigi did compared to Wario and Mario.
What was Waluigi's first game? Was it Mario Tennis?
Yep.
Yeah, that's okay.
Was Waluigi never actually in a
standalone Wario game?
Yeah, like is he
I don't
never
think so.
in Wario Lands of
He
any
might have
sort?
been in Wario Land on the Wii.
Oh, you're right. I've never played that.
I did play it. It was awesome.
I always wanted to. I actually regularly look on Amazon to see if it's not like $500 anymore, but it always is.
Well, GameStop's selling old games. Maybe you could find it on there for $400.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
God,
will
yeah.
definitely make me want to buy it.
Can you believe that GameStop's doing that too? Unbelievable. Okay, so what do we got here? What are some of his moves? We got throwing rocks, throwing
He's
punches.
got 10. Okay, so I can pick up a rock, throw it. I can charge it, or I cannot. I can do this bash with. Today's telling me it's supposed to be B that I set that to. I can run. I can jump. I can crawl.
Yeah, he has such a great toolkit compared to Mario too. Mario can just jump on stuff.
Yeah, I think it's. Oh yeah, butt stomp.
Nice.
Nice.
I believe that he was able to butt stomp before Mario was. I think Mario stole that from him.
Mario, you bastard. So what was Wario's first game? Was it Wario Land?
No, the first. I believe he was a villain in one of the Mario Land games for Game Boy Color.
Oh yeah, I remember, yeah.
And I don't remember, if that game was called Wario Land. I believe it was like Mario Land 2, Wario Land type of thing.
No, it was Mario. It was Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. On the Game Boy.
Yes, these were Game Boy games.
I'm looking it up right now, but I think you're right.
Whoops.
It was the 6 coins game. I'm almost 100% positive. You could,
Yes,
yeah, as soon as you find
you
it.
are correct. 1992, Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins.
So
he
smart.
was the main antagonist and final boss. Originally portrayed as an exaggerated version of Mario, his name is a combination of Mario's name and the Japanese word warui, meaning
Being
bad.
straight, yeah, bad.
I just messed this up, didn't I? There's no way I can get that.
I like how Wikipedia defines Wario as an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Not purely bad, but more like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Especially now with the Wario, like he has friends clearly. By the time that the Wario Ware games come around, people who he associates with,
Right.
who don't just outright hate him because he's full of evil.
Right, so the other aspect of Wario that's different than Mario is that you have to get out of each level.
Oh my god.
If I don't completely fail at this, there we
Is
go.
that bird like your friend, or is he just...
He is actually a key. He is what I
Okay.
came in this level to get. I need to unlock the door. And there you go. That's
Nice.
Wario
One
Land
level
4.
of Wario Land 4. Insane. Well done. Hey, look at that. I like it.
Best score.
Yes, number 1.
Yeah, the best score. My very first time playing.
And it was the best.
Best out of 1.
Yeah, hey,
It's still the best.
Yeah.
That's right.
Take
I've gotten the gem. Yeah, that's Wario Land.
Good show,
Okay.
my friend. Good show.
Yeah, good choice.
I think we are at that time.
Oh, man.
I'm
Excellent.
just going to check, make sure. I think that's everything. Let's bring it home, guys, with none other than Earthbound.
No. I
So-
suck at this game.
I have a confession. I've played about a half an hour of this game, and that's it.
I played about 3 hours of it.
I've played none of it,
Awesome.
actually.
Good.
So,
I'm glad we're in the same boat.
so we can all desperately try to figure out.
All I can tell you is that it is blindingly difficult.
Great, we're going to make it so far in this, I can tell.
Yeah, it is a hard game, but it has one of the absolute best aesthetics and senses of pop culture and comedic timing. And it
Yep.
was one of the very first video game. It was one of the very first RPGs I ever played that took place in a modern setting, but with traditional RPG mechanics of like turn-based and things like that. I know there were games like that on the PC that came out before. On the console, it was not as regular.
The Phantasy Star games on Sega systems.
Yeah, but that was a future setting.
True. Yeah.
We're talking about being present day, where you're using baseball bats and yo-yos as weapons. Oh, let's watch this intro here.
Okay.
The war against Gigas. Some War of the World stuff. Hopefully, I don't think there's any voiceover. This is the SNES era, so we don't have to worry about missing any of that.
Yeah.
B. Hobo HBO Earthbound. Nice. Awesome.
I'm not going to turn the volume down as much on this one because I actually want to hear this.
Oh, it's dope, dude. You're
It's
gonna
got
love
great
the music. Yeah, we're gonna play some over this for the folks at home. There's some really great sound remix soundtracks also available.
Is it me, Seth, or did that boat captain totally look like Ryan Davis?
I was busy setting sliders, so I missed it.
Okay. When you watch it back, hit me up.
Kids exploring.
I remember the setup to this game was really cool.
Yeah,
They asked you random. It was a cool setup, and then like the creation, they asked you like some random questions, like, "Hey, what's your favorite food?" And I
Yeah.
was like, "Wait, what?"
They also ask you what's your favorite thing.
Yeah,
then
what's your favorite
that-
thing?
That becomes
Okay,
the
is
name
this
of your
the type
special
of thing
move.
I can actually like skip, or is that the end?
Yeah. That's just the intro. That's the credits. Start new game. Medium. For sure or fast. Yeah, always fast for speedreaders here.
Sound settings, stereo.
Yes.
Which style of windows do you prefer?
This is all you, Seth.
Yeah, what's your favorite color?
Of windows?
Yes.
I don't know.
Scroll down and see what happens.
What's your
Oh.
favorite? What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
I like that they call it flavor too. It's so nice.
Yeah, I was completely lost. Please name him. I thought his name was Ness.
His name is Ness, but you can name him whatever you want.
Well,
You're gonna do all caps, really? You're gonna force this poor kid to spell his name with all caps the whole time? That he's alive? Obviously, you should name him Mike.
no, we're gonna name him Ness because his name is Ness.
That's silly. It's like naming. Oh yeah, it's Ness with 2 S's, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I shouldn't have told you. I should have made you do NES, and then when we gotten any tweets or emails about it, I would just forward them to you.
I don't know what her name is, so we can name her Mike.
Me either. Yes, she is now Mike. Mike, you love thing.
So here's a question for you guys. Whenever you had the choice to put a name in as an RPG, did you put in your own name or did you put in the name of the character?
Oh, it depends. Typically my own.
If it is a character that they give a default name to, I tend to
That's
keep
you,
it as
dude.
the
That's
default.
Seth. That's Seth.
Okay.
Because he's a big nerd.
I always put Mikey, M-I-K-I-E, because that's what I've been doing since I was 5 or 6 years old, and I've never stopped doing it for some reason.
I would pronounce that Mickey.
It's Mikey. That's how I spelled it. It's Mikey, damn it.
I always
Oh, that's
do.
Joe.
Okay. I'm
That's
gonna
Joe.
Yeah, 100%. Oh yeah, dude. But yeah, you know what this character's real name is? Pooh.
Put Joe Poo.
P-O-O.
Now I have a pet. Okay.
That's the
I'm gonna
Neil.
name the. I'll just name the pet my name. Not
Yeah,
my
that-
name. The name of my pet.
The name of my pet
Is it Seth?
is
No, that's. I did not name my own pet Seth.
Smokey.
It is exactly.
Alright.
I knew it. Hey, SMO. It could have been
SMO.
Smoochy. It could have been Smoldering. I don't know.
Could have been Smother.
Smother.
Oh my God! Why does it? Why do they make me do all this?
That's
this
what I'm
game
telling you, man. It's
rules.
awesome.
What is your favorite
Favorite
homemade food?
food.
All right, let's talk. Cause you only get like 7. You only get 6 characters for this. My favorite homemade food is burger.
That's a good choice.
But the problem is, it's like, can I please have some burger? You know, it sounds silly when people say it like that. But because it would be like burgers is what
Right.
you need. So
Okay,
maybe
well, I'm just gonna go with pizza then because pizza fits and it is both plural and capitalized as or plural and singular as pizza.
I was gonna say I wouldn't capitalize the P.
You put a
Really?
lot of thought into that.
Yeah, we got to do this right. I mean, maybe
Pie.
they'll capitalize it for us.
P-I-E, pie.
No, pizza, because pizza is a pie. I argue that pizza's a pie. Anybody who says otherwise is a fool. The pizza pie, that's what it's called.
Yeah. What is your favorite thing?
This is
What
going
is
a
your
lot of
favorite
directions.
thing?
Boobs. Okay, don't do boobs. That is very insensitive of me. Instead, we say that our favorite thing. Instead, we should say that our favorite thing is what, knockers. Is that what you're writing? You're awful. Our favorite thing is Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Our favorite thing
You
is
put Iwata. Put
You
Iwata.
should put Iwata.
I don't know if that's gonna work
It
in
will.
But
the
he's our
context of the
favorite thing
game.
today.
All
Whoops.
caps.
Whoa!
What
too
have
far
you-
back?
We want pizza. Pizza, pizza. And our favorite thing is Iwata, all caps. Iwata. Iwata.
I think this is.
Yep.
This needs to be our thumbnail.
Yes, yeah, right. I'll have to pull it out. Ness, Mike, Seth, and Joe. Favorite thing, Iwata.
I love
Coolest thing. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Wonderful intro.
The year is 1990X. This is already happened, guys.
Yeah, same year as Mega Man.
it. Yes, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's 2000XX.
Oh, you're right. Well, actually, the first one is 2000X, and then it's 2000XX.
Anytime I see an X at the name of a year, I always think of Mega Man.
Me too. It's hard not to. Here we are in a beautiful hamlet. The Winchester brothers have yet to arrive. Aw.
Moose and Squirrel.
On their way. No, this is the good shit, dude. This game was just... I remember the first time I played this game was in high school, in my high school computer lab. And I was not really prepared for the startup and for how it presents itself.
Yeah, it gets really crazy really fast.
It circumvents everything you kind of expected about a JRPG at the time.
Yeah.
And manages to present a sizable challenge in a rich and endearing world. and I had to applaud it. I could not stop applauding it, even though I was terrible at it. I had to applaud.
Talk to you. Talk to.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, did the sound wake you up? Were you freaked out? I don't get the answer, huh?
No, Ness is a silent protagonist. Oh, Ness.
Wait, what is check? No problem here. Can I check this? No. How about this? I bet I can check this.
You totally can.
A cracked bat?
Yes.
Can I go on the bed?
No problems here.
Oh my god, this could take forever if I did that.
Yeah, dude, stop that. Stop
Okay,
that.
sorry. I'm gonna quit my bat, though.
Do so. Correct bat toe.
Back. I'm sorry, I get very obsessive in RPGs, checking to make sure I don't
see
miss
that.
anything.
This was a bad idea.
But
Check. Is that chair okay? Is that potted plant okay? But I mean, do you know what sucks? I was just crossing my fingers, thinking, "Oh please, oh please, oh please, never let it pay off one time. Never let it pay off once. If it pays off once, he's gonna do it every time." Just because it doesn't take much time, and it's like, why not? It's free stuff. He's gonna do it every time.
I love the writing. And now you want to go check it out? Okay.
You still got to hear him anyway, even if I asked you not to.
Yeah. I loved the writing in this game. It's
And
really...
then it makes you leave a second time. Yep, you just leave exactly the same way.
let's see if her room's different.
It's not. Seth, you are incorrigible. That's the only word I can use in this situation. Talk to your mama.
This is why I can't really stream Skyrim either, because I tend to like just go through everything. I'm a kleptomaniac in those games.
What is it? It's like I'm here to do a slow run. It's gonna take me a couple of weeks to get through this game.
Yeah.
I love it.
There's me with my 56 pots and 127 pans.
People are taking this meteorite situation too seriously.
Did I check this already?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Darn.
No problems here. Hey, what's your story, bro? Don't check people. Talk to them.
Sorry, wrong button.
You trying to pickpocket them or something? I'm gonna check this guy.
Hello, glasses, man.
I hate it when RPG characters are like, I'm going to be the first to get there, and they stand still.
Yeah.
Although I do love the forever walk that RPG characters do, where they just kind of walk in place.
Yes.
I love it. I don't know why, but I love it.
What do you think the chances are that there's something worth exploring here for?
Low,
Slim to none.
but you will check.
Yes, we're not stopping you.
Nope.
Because we can't.
Oh my god, if I pass out and fall asleep right here in the chair, it's entirely 100% your fault.
Yeah.
I will blame you, and only you. Mike gets no blame at all. He's been a fantastic conversationalist while we watch you futz around. Alright, we gotta
Sorry,
go
I have to
south.
explore everywhere. I have to talk to everyone.
Don't you know what time it is? Get your butt home pronto.
I don't think that's Scottish. I think
Irish.
It's Irish.
He's an Irish cop.
I thought they just said it was in Scotland.
No, this game's not in Scotland.
Oh, is it Ireland? I could have sworn they said.
No,
I don't know where this
I'm
game
an
is.
Irish cop because all stereotypical cops are Irish, don't you know? Nothing to see here, folks. Move along, please. You know, like that kind of stuff.
That was great.
Thanks.
Very well done.
So yeah, I always just as my instant cop voice is always is Officer O'Malley is my immediate
Yes.
go to
Absolutely.
cop voice. If not that, you gotta go with like the Mike Ditka. But Or like the grizzled of Brooklyn is also a fantastic one.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of cops portrayed in movies nowadays are like New
New
York
York
or
cops.
Boston cops.
Yeah. And that's open their present. There's a bread roll inside.
Bread roll. That's what I'm talking about. It's not a pizza, but
And it's not Iwata. You gotta go up there, dog. No, go back. Go
I have to
up.
go up.
Yep. Go up
I
that
thought it was just to
little...
go south to town.
No,
this
dog.
this is
crazy.
this part was super a little bit confusing
Yes,
when I
it
played
is
it.
confusing.
It's very hard to navigate.
This guy is also crazy.
Yeah, look at that hair.
This gorgeous George. What? Oh,
Oh.
billboard guy.
Okay. Sure.
Go to the right. Let's see what's around.
Ooh, that looks like where to go.
Oh, there's stuff going
Found
on.
it. Oh, there's Pokey, the
Okay.
bastard.
Okay, I love Pokey. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. It's real funny.
Wow. Clear out of my way, get my... Whoops. Talk to Pokey, that jerk. Hey, Ness, don't be rubbernecking. You can go home now. Tomorrow, Pokey, will tell you more about the strange meteorite.
Yes. He's totally the super fan from Robot Chicken.
Oh, yes, ladies.
Yes.
Can I interest you in some big balls?
I'm gonna play some video games.
he is. He is a funny one.
This took me forever to figure out, so don't feel bad, Seth. It's like,
Tell him.
I don't remember. I don't remember how to get past the damn sign.
Say yes. Let's try. He'll follow you back home. So now walk back home. Or how do you get him to follow you? Talk to him again. There's a way to do it.
Check him. I don't know.
Stop moving. Oh my god. No, I'm trying to talk to this guy.
Outweigh, get my...
There you go.
You can go home now. Yep, so go home.
No?
It's the old JRPG trick of telling you exactly what to do.
Yep.
You think I
Trust
should
me.
really go home?
I think you should.
Okay.
Trust me. You'll come back later. This was really just to show you like where it was. I'm pretty sure. It's so funny that I forget so much about this
It's
game.
gotta
I
be
love
right.
it so much. I'm out of here.
I got up to the part where they got to town.
Getting
And
a
then-
little hiccup in the video, but not too much now. There we go. It's back.
That's sort of when I stopped playing, was when they got to town, and I never picked it back up again.
Oh, dude, Town's got some tough ass enemies. on it.
I was
mine?
I was kind of afraid to continue.
I don't remember which house is mine now.
That's
That's
mom.
your house. That's Mom.
Oh, Mom, you're the best, Mom.
She is the best mom, though.
She's very good.
Seriously.
Yeah.
The
Always
dialogue
that
coming up is great.
They better turn
Yeah.
into zombies.
Like when you tell her that you're leaving, it's a genuinely emotional moment.
Yeah, and you communicate with the character's dad via the phone, and he sends you money.
Yeah. Yes.
It's
Forgot
insane.
about that part. Yeah.
What an annoying knock. It must be Pokey.
My land?
Yeah, my land. What a strange
Surely they
curse.
mean my lord.
That is very true.
She just wants you to let you know that this is her land.
Oh yeah, let yourself
Oh,
in,
yes.
Butterball. Take it.
Okay, Eddie. All right, Eddie Haskell.
Yeah, he pulls the exact thing. You're looking very lovely today, Miss Cleaver. Yeah, you have to fight the sharks when you get to the city,
Oh boy.
and they are very difficult to fight. So Smoky. And you've already got the bet. Awesome.
This is so sad.
Remember to go for it. But you should change out your jammies before you leave. Mom.
Yeah.
Bring the dog. Nice.
So was Iwata responsible for changing a lot of the dialogue as well in this?
I do
I
not
don't
know
know.
if he wrote any dialogue for it.
Okay. Because I find the writing very charming and endearing, and I'm wondering if it was all. I don't know how it could be a direct translation from the Japanese version, or if someone localized it.
Nintendo usually has really good localization teams.
That is very true. Most of the games, when they try to write jokes, the jokes are funny.
Yeah.
The Superstar games, the Mario and Luigi Superstar games are excellent examples of this, and the Paper Mario series. They are laugh out loud funny games.
That's something you don't see a lot in video games.
Absolutely
You
not.
see a lot of games try to be funny.
Especially from games where the main form of communication is dialogue boxes.
Yeah.
Still managed to make me laugh.
You know what I
Also-
imagine must be incredibly hard to translate? Humorous adventure games, like old LucasArts games.
Oh wow, yeah.
Like,
Cultural
imagine
cues.
trying to translate that, because really, your only way of knowing what to do is combat. Your only way of knowing what to do is the exact jokes that they're trying to translate.
All right, Earthbound combat.
Sigh. I don't know what that is.
That's sort
Psionic
of like
powers you get later. I think you have
It's
one
your
right now,
magic
though.
attacks. Bash is your regular attack.
Yep.
Speaking of LucasArts games, we should play those sometime.
I have Secret of Fate of Atlantis. We could do this exact same setup, and I could just play that.
Yeah, I was thinking we should do that.
It kind of has great sound, though. I'd be ashamed to miss the sound on it.
Well, I'm sure in the meantime we can figure something out to make it work.
This is very, very true.
Where there's a will.
Ness's level is now 2. But fellas, I gotta call it here tonight soon. It's getting to be my Cinderella hour. We've had a long evening of Satoru Iwata,
Yeah.
and we started up some Earthbound, talked about that. We went through the whole Kirby, the best of there, man. I want to thank you guys for riding this out and having such a great show. This has been one of our best shows.
Absolutely. If people like what they see, let us know, and we'll be happy to play more of this or whatever.
Yeah, and thank you, Seth, for pulling double duty, doing
well
the
done.
research and playing at the same time. You have absolutely killing it there.
I found an evil bird of death.
And I hope you kill this evil bird, which looks like it's just here to have a good time and drink some rum, you know?
I have a feeling this bird's gonna kill me.
Well,
That bird's here to party, man.
It's called a spiteful crow. That's the best part. No, it dodges your attack. A very
Uh-oh.
familiar sight in this game.
Uh-oh. I like how in the middle it says Pokey acted all innocent.
It stole your bread roll. Wow.
This is not going well, Seth.
So, what do you think? What do you think happens when I die?
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
I've never died.
Oh, wow.
You go back to a save point? I don't know. Not sure, since you don't have one yet.
Can you save? Can you
You can do a state save.
save at any time? No.
In
Or are
this-
there save points?
I'm pretty sure there's save points. You have to call your dad. Phones
Oh,
are a
okay.
save.
Oh, that's
save.
not good.
So I would use the save state file, but anyways, yeah, a lot of Satoru Iwata talk. It was incredibly sad that he passed away, and we're all looking forward to his whoever's next. You know, I know that they have a person sitting on the seat right now. I need to do some more research about this guy, but there's someone sitting on the seat right now, an interim president.
Miyamoto's being interim president.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's perfect. He's
Um,
probably the only if even the only other person I think who could pull it off.
So, my problem with Miyamoto becoming president is he's not going to be able to work on games as much anymore.
But I think his impact at this point is almost enough. And maybe I'm wrong, but we'll have to say that for a later conversation. Seth,
Yeah.
again, thank you so much. Mike, thanks for joining us.
Not a problem. I had fun.
We will do it again very soon, and thank you, listener, for tuning in to Classical K95.7 or whatever. You know, we had a good time. So if you were inspired, folks, go out there and play one of his games and take a moment and think about people who make stuff that you like. And have a great weekend. Take care.